future iron chefs and chefs in motion.
Today we are going to teach you some basic knife skills and knife cuts. The first cut we're going to show you today is the basic mince. For that we're going to use this clove of garlic. Sorry. So just break off 1 clove of garlic from the bowl. Next, to remove the skin, you set it down flat and put your knife down like this, and very carefully set your hands on it and push down firmly. Now you can just easily peel away the skin. Now make sure to cut off the unwanted ends of the garlic. Next, very carefully, we're going to make little slices. So hold your fingers like this. Be careful not to cut yourself. And just slowly, using your not dominant hand to guide the knife. Okay, next, gather everything together and turn it around the other way. And now you can put your hand on top of the knife and just cut. Depending on your recipe, you'll want this really fine or coarse until it looks like this. And that is your basic mince. Next, I'm going to show you how to do a small dice. For this, I'm going to use a carrot. So first, you need to peel the carrot. And you don't need to throw these away. You can use these in soup stock if you want. So here I have the peeled carrot. First thing we're going to do is chop off the ends. And these can join the peels in the soup stock as well. The next thing that we're going to do is cut the carrot into 3 equal parts. Now, as you know, a dice is like a square, so we need to square off this piece. And you just do that by carefully slicing off like this and making a flat surface. And you do this to all sides. So now we have a squared off carrot. Now I'm going to slice the carrot into about 1/4 of an inch thick pieces. Now you can stack them on each other like this and cut them all at the same time, or if you'd rather, you can do one at a time. And this one's still a little bit thick, so I'm going to just cut it right in half again to get the 1/4 of an inch thickness. Now just line it up like this, and just like you mince the garlic, put your hand up here and guide the knife and cut 1/4 of an inch again. And there you have a small dice. The next knife cut that we're going to do today is the medium dice. For this, I'm going to use a potato. I'm just going to peel the potato before I start cutting. And now we're going to square off the potato just like we did with the carrot for the small dice. Just carefully cut off the rounded edges. medium dice, the dimensions are 1/3 of an inch by 1/3 of an inch by 1/3 of an inch. So now that we have the potato squared off, we're going to slice it into the 1/3 inch. There we go. Now we're going to cut this again to about 1/3 of an inch. Just turn it sideways. And once again, we're just going to slice it into the square of 1/3 inch. And there you go. There's your medium dice. The last of our dices today is large dice. And for that, I'm going to use an already peeled potato. Again, just slicing off the edges to square off the potato. And always remember to keep your fingers tucked in like this so they aren't out flat and you won't cut them. Safety first in the kitchen. Okay. Now slice off the ends. And for a large dice, it's 3/4 of an inch this time, which is almost a full inch. And sometimes the potato isn't big enough, so you can just take the smaller part that you cut off and use it to make your small dice or medium dice. Cut it right in half to 3/4 of an inch. And slice it into squares. This is your last dice, the large dice.
Alright, so the next cut we're going to learn is a chop, and we're going to use an onion for this. So we're going to cut off the ends. After cutting off the ends, we cut it in half. And then, yeah, take off the peel. Okay, so now cut into the onion, making sure to not go all the way through. And then turn it and cut down the middle, again, making sure not to go all the way through. Now you can start to chop the onion. There you have it, and this is the chop cut. Okay, so the next cut we're going to do is a chiffonade, and we're going to use basil for this cut. And you can use this on pasta or pizza. Take all the basil, and you gather it up so all the stems are on one end, and you can cut them off. Like so. Okay, and then take them. You're going to roll them up almost like a snail shell or like a Tootsie Roll or something. Okay, and now take this and cut it really fine. And that is your chiffonade. So our final cut is going to be the Julienne, and we're going to use a bell pepper for this. To start, we're going to square off the edges, making sure that you're not cutting into the green area of the stem. So you're just going to square it off, and you avoid the seeds. So you take that, make sure your knife's clean, and cut it lengthwise, and it's going to be about 1/4 inch thick. Here we have our Julienne cut.
So let's take a look at what we learned today. Here we have the large dice, medium dice, and small dice.
And we also learned today how to make chiffonade, Julienne, and chop cuts. Thank you, Kid Spirit Campers, for joining us today.
We hope you learned something new and had a fun time doing it.